Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Clay Emo Canuck Clay, your host, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Thursday night, November the 30th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Went over the 10,400 mark today, which is kind of nice. Going to push towards 10.5 by the end of this year, and then we will see what happens from there. Canucks lose 4-1. We're going to talk about the game. I was at the game. We're going to talk about the big trade for Nikita Zadorov, which I think is overall a really good trade for the Canucks. I'm not sure if he would have been the difference maker tonight. We'll break down tonight's game. We'll break down the trade. We'll break down the fact that Sean, Kayla, and Gail were on the jumbotron. I got to see Gerald, which was nice. I'm not sure if Gerald's in the chat just yet. Actually, met a lot of people who watched the show. So thanks to everyone who said hello, took pictures, made me feel important, all those things. And I'll talk about all of that in a second. But as we get going, moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and positive space. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support as always. And everyone else, no matter where you're watching from. Carol, I'm going to get to your gift membership in a sec. Thank you. No matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Richmond and Steveston City, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or better, all three. But the fact that you are here with me, I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe so you can get active in the chat section, get my videos every single day. You can like this video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that, yes, the Canucks lost, but we can still come together and chat about it. Like the fact that Canucks making a big trade. It's going to be funny that the guy's first game is going to be against his former team. And there are 25 of you in here. Not a lot. So hopefully, it's up to 30 now. So we should have at least 15 likes on the stream right now. So make sure you hit the like button if you are here watching right now. Also, you can leave a donation and keep the donation train going because Carol started it going. Carol gifted 5 memberships. I'll get to that in a second. When you gift a membership, it's a $5 donation per membership, and you get someone free franchise membership for a month, which is awesome. You can also, if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And if you have your own membership, you can buy your own membership or upgrade your own membership as well. So let's recognize this one right away because it gets us going perfectly to start off tonight. Let's give some love to legendary Carol Bovenlander. Gets us going with a donation of $25, and that gets us 5 new members in the CCC crew, which is awesome. So thank you to Carol, and welcome to Tyler, Zhao, Darren, Kel, and Andy. I think I recognize all of those names in a good way. So we got to try and make sure that they stick around, but we are grateful that you're back, and we are grateful for Carol's generosity. So let's give Carol some love. And yeah, Daniel, I see your message. No problem. You got to work in the morning. There's a late show. So, yes. So go ahead. If you have to go, you have to go. By the way, people wondering, why do I start at 11 o'clock? It's so late. A perfect example. Tonight, I walked in the door at 10:40. So that gave me exactly 15 to 20 minutes to get the stream set up and going. So I can't do any earlier, especially on game nights. And consider counting tonight's game and Tuesday night's game against Anaheim. Then they're away in Calgary, and then they play 5 more home games, which I'm going to 6 more home games. I'm going to 5 of them. So basically, I'm going to 7 of the 8 games before Christmas. 7 of the 8 home games. Not bragging, just the way that my tickets are shaking out. And tonight I got treated by my softball captain, Brent. I don't think Brent watches. It's too late for him, but Brent was there when I ruptured my Achilles 15 weeks ago now. And we were both hobbling around the arena tonight because he hurt his knee. I think his was just chasing after his little kid, whereas mine was a legit injury. I'm just kidding. Brent's was legit as well. But yeah, he won tickets, a UBC alumni draw. So we were both UBC alumni. So he went to that in the sports bar. And then we made our way out to the section 120 for the rest of the game. Had a great visit with Gerald during the second intermission. Not sure if Gerald's in the chat, but that was awesome to see him. And it was wonderful to spend some time catching up with my good friend, Brent. Just checking something real quick. Great. Okay. I was just checking something. So let's get to all of your, it's interesting. I see 36 of you in here, which is awesome. Then I can click on something that shows participants. And I guess it only shows people that have logged in. And there's only 12 there. So that means only 12 people are allowed to chat, but that's okay. Yes, Isaac, I know you saw my family and not me, which is cool. So I'll talk about that first, actually, and then we'll get into the game. Maybe the highlight of the night, or one of them, was my family was on the jumbotron after the Canucks scored their only goal of the game. You saw, actually, I'll show you guys. So it's kind of cool. You saw Jacob. No, Jacob wasn't there. You saw Sean, Gail, and Kayla up on the jumbotron, looking good. And the reason why I like this one, you guys, is the colors, the way that they were, color coordinated was pretty cool. And it was actually credit to Rob, the hockey guy of Daily Hive, who he's got fast fingers, man. He was able to take this picture. So there we are. I will blow it up in a second. How did I make it even bigger? Okay. And then I have to zoom like this, right? Well, I can't go any bigger. Now it keeps shrinking. How about if I do this? Okay. Hopefully you can see it. If not, trust me, that's Sean wearing his black jersey, his brand new jersey, a PD. That is Gail wearing the red Lunar New Year hoodie. And that is Kayla wearing an old school flying skate white. So it's kind of neat to see all three of them on the jumbotron looking good. Actually, I know another way to show you even better, even nicer picture as I get out of here. Yeah, but I appreciate Rob, the hockey guy, snapping that picture and tagging me in it, which was cool to see. Yeah, and it was they actually got on the jumbotron twice, because the second time was when they were giving away some t-shirts. Well, here we go. This is much better. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's kind of show offy, but who cares? I'm always proud of my family. So there's a better shot of it. There is Sean, there is Gail, and there is Kayla, all acting cool, all looking good. And yes, that's a cool, nice color scheme of black, red, and white. Let's get to the game itself. And yeah, we'll recap the goals. We'll talk about some of the stats, and then we will go from there. First goal was a backhand by Barbashev from Eichel and Stone. And this is the one where I think it was the Miller, Besser, PDG line. They're all stuck out there. I think Hughes and Hronik, so they're some of our best players. And they're all just standing around. No one was checking anyone. Poor Demko was trying to make saves, lost his stick, and then Barbashev finally put a backhand behind. That was only 5 minutes in, and it wasn't a great look for the Canucks, given that all the guys were standing around. Then Jack Eichel scores on a bit of a flukier goal. The Vegas rushed the net, and it got caught up in Nick Hague's skates, but Nick Hague does a full 360. It bounces off his skates. Then I think it bounces off another Canuck player and then goes to Barbashev, who passes to Eichel. Demko has no chance, and now it's 2-0. So I think the first goal was bad defensive coverage. The second goal was kind of unlucky for the Canucks. Then the third goal was a power play goal by Vegas. And yeah, it wasn't the best look. They kind of let Carlson just kind of walk right in and beat Demko with a really good shot to the blocker side. So that was a 3-0 goal. And that was unfortunate because I think the Canucks came out with the second period a lot better. And I wouldn't say they're dominating, but at least they were playing Vegas straight up in the second period. Yeah. And then Myers takes a penalty. And then unfortunately, this is the end result. And for all intents and purposes, I think it really sealed the game right here. I know there was still half the game to go, but the way Vegas was playing, you didn't think the Canucks were going to come back. Third period starts, a very fluky shot. Pietrangelo shoots it. Demko makes the save with his blocker, but then it comes out and it hits Howden, and then it goes past Demko. Very, very unfortunate goal. And if we thought the 3-0 goal sealed the deal, the 4-0 goal was the absolute closer. And then Kuzmenko gets only his 4th of a season. Nice to see him get a goal though on a 2-on-1 from Miller, putting a good shot past Logan Thompson, who came in for the 3rd period after Aiden Hill left with a lower body injury, I believe it was. You see the shots. Vegas dominated the first period 13-8. The second period, they actually didn't dominate as much as the shot total might dictate, and then the third as well. So they outshot the Canucks 2-1, 44-22. But it's crazy. You look at the expected goals, and it was only 2.8 to 2.2. So the Canucks should have scored more, and Vegas shouldn't have scored as many. Face off 61-39. So that was quite a dominant performance. And then special teams. Vegas scores on one of their 3. The Canucks went 0 for 3. All 3 were in the first period, and that would have made a huge difference to the game if the Canucks were able to indeed capitalize in the first period for sure. And then we'll look at the box score, and then we'll kind of talk about some things that I noticed. Only 3 points, right? Only Bester Miller have assist on Kuzmenko's goal. Kind of look at the time on ice. Pettersson was a high man at 18:30. Miller 17:50, but then low man was Di Giuseppe at 10:23. So what we saw in the third period is we saw Rick Tocchet switch the lines. It was Miller with Kuzmenko and Besser. So basically Kuzmenko goes up on the line, replaces PDG. And the second line was actually PD, Niels Höglander, and Sam Lafferty. And Lafferty was noticeable. He tried a couple rushes to the net. Doesn't have the best hands, but he certainly got really, really good wheels, and he made it to the net a couple times. Also, Ben Hutton made his return with the Vegas Golden Knights, who did not have Shea Theodore. So they did all this without Shea Theodore. Now you might ask yourself, well, why is Vegas so much better? Like, why did it dominate? They dominate the Canucks. Vegas, they're big. That's what you notice. They're big team. They're not super fast, but they're fast enough, just as fast as the Canucks. They close so quickly. Like, how many times you guys remember the Canucks? It looked like they were going to have a scoring chance in the Vegas zone, and then they do it just with sticks or bodies. They close gaps really, really quickly. They're also very dangerous. They're like the Canucks are very dangerous up too. They got good danger players in PD and Miller and Besser and Kuzmenko. But then also Vegas has Stone, has Eichel, has Barbashev, all guys that can also put the puck in the net. So overall, of course, I'm always disappointed when the Canucks lose. I wasn't walking on there saying, "Oh, we're never going to beat this team in the playoffs. Oh, the sky is falling." The Canucks are still doing very well in the season, but I think this is a good game to play from a standpoint of we don't play them again until later in the season, and I think this is a good. I don't know. I'd say a wake up call, because a wake up call would basically intimate that the Canucks were sleeping. I don't think they've been sleeping at all. I think this is just a really good indication. You call it a litmus test, whatever you want, but this is a really, really good indication that that Vegas is a very good team. And there's a reason why Vegas is the Stanley Cup champions, and there's a reason why you look at them as the gold standard, not just because their name is the Golden Knights, but because they are the champions. They've made the playoffs 5 of the 6 years of their existence. They are a really good team, built really well, skilled at all positions, big, fast, tenacious. So this was a good match for the Canucks, and unfortunately, the Canucks were not up to the task tonight. So we shouldn't beat them up. They still had an effort. They're just that the other team played better today. And usually in a game, one team will play better and one team will play worse. And tonight, it was definitely Vegas that was the better team. Now, the Canucks have Calgary, the Nikita Zadorov game, which I'll get to in a second, on Saturday. And then they have 5 games at home: New Jersey, Minnesota, Carolina, Tampa, and Florida. All some of the tough games in there, some really good teams in there, but it should make for some really entertaining hockey. I'm looking forward to being at a lot of those games, and I'm looking forward to the Canucks getting back on track. 14 games, so only 4 teams not in action. You look at the Pacific Division, the Sharks lost, the Kraken lost in a shootout, the Oilers won, the Flames won, the Ducks lost, the Knights won, and we lost. So you add it all up, So half the teams won, half the teams lost. Only LA didn't play. They lost last night, thank goodness. So now you look at it, and when you look at the Pacific Division, by points, Vegas is in first, 3 up on us. By points percentage, LA still has a higher points percentage, so they still have 4 games in hand. Will they get 5 in those 8 possible points? Maybe not. I think you can certainly say they're going to get at least 2. So for all intents and purposes, the Canucks are in 3rd place in the Pacific, especially when you go by points percentage. But when you go by actual games, actual points, the Canucks are in 2nd place. But remember, the key is always to look at who's in 4th. You look at who's in 4th because the top 3 make the playoffs automatically. You get to 4th, then you got to start worrying about the wild card. So the Canucks are still 8 points up on 4th, but with a game in hand. So Calgary could actually drop that gap to 6 points. That's why Saturday's game is going to be so important. You look at the stats real quick, and then Kucherov is now expanded his lead. He's 3 points up on Miller, Kel Makar. So you see the Canucks players. Yeah, Makar passed Hughes. So this whole Hughes versus Makar debate, Hughes has slowed down a little bit. Makar is right up there, as we see, identical plus 18s. And you saw PD, who still a point per game, but slowing down for sure. And I know a lot of people have been talking about PD or how invisible he was tonight. So let me talk a bit about the Zadorov trade, and then we'll get to all of your comments and questions. I really like this trade for Nikita Zadorov. He is 6'5", 6'6". I've seen him listed anywhere between 230 and 250. Regardless, that's pretty big guy. High risk, high reward. He is he's not the most offensive player, offensive skill, not like offensive like you offend me, but he's not the most offensive guy. Yes, he had 14 goals, but that was kind of a one-off. He is a nasty guy. You've seen some of his hits. Just go look up Nikita Zadorov's greatest hits on YouTube. It's pretty entertaining, actually, especially now that he's going to be on our team. And he's going to be just add size, add nastiness on our blue line. High risk, high reward in that he can make some offensive plays, but that's not his bread and butter for sure. And he does have a penchant to take penalties or to make mistakes. I don't know if that sounds like another guy we have named Tyler Myers, but yes, they could combine to be a massive pairing. 6'6", 6'7", combined 13 feet of craziness on the blue line, of chaos. But yes, I do like this trade for many reasons that I outlined in my vlog. The main one is the acquisition cost was very reasonable. It was the 5th round pick that came over in the Bovenlander trade and a 3rd round pick in 2026. So basically those series of trades, those 2 trades ends up being, we trade away Bovenlander and a 2026 3rd rounder for Nikita Zadorov. I will make that trade any day because we needed more, despite what we saw tonight, we needed more help on defense than we need up front. So that's why I do like the trade. And then you can decide at the end of the year if you want to keep Zadorov and negotiate with them. If you just, is he brought in as almost a rental, which is crazy to think that the Canucks are in a position where they're adding guys as opposed to selling. But yeah, that's what happens when you start as well as the Canucks did. So still early in the season. We're only at the 1/3 mark now, but we slowly move from a quarter to we're getting up to a third. Pretty soon we're at 24 games right now. And the Canucks make a big trade. They get ahead of the game. They make that trade. I was surprised that the Calgary traded from within the division. Surprised that Calgary didn't get more. But for all the things that we were saying when we traded Bovenlander 2 days ago, oh yeah, look, we got cap space and we didn't have to retain any salary or give up a sweetener. Then I think Calgary, that's the way they're going to spin it. They're going to say the same thing, that they got to trade a pending UFA without having to retain salary or give up any assets. So it's almost poetic justice. It's exciting that Zadorov's first game is going to be against Calgary. I can't remember Calgary just played on the road or at home, but in essence, Zadorov can just wait in Calgary for the team to join them tomorrow. And then I just love that his first game is going to be against his former team. So Canucks fans, lot to digest tonight. Lot to digest. Ricky says Zadorov is going to wear 33 or 22. Very funny. Very funny. Can't wear 16 either. So we will see. Does he wear 61? We'll see what he does. Ricky's saying, why not? Aren't those jerseys retired in our rafters right now? So We'll see. I'm sure we'll learn as early as tomorrow when he takes the practice ice, and the Canucks will do a social media post about Zadorov wearing whatever he wears. I don't think he's going to pick number 28. We already saw what happened when Ian Cole tried to do it. Just a quick aside. I feel bad because it made Ian Cole look a little bit bad, but someone on the Canucks should have said to him before it went public that hey, you can't take 28 because that's Luc Bourdon's number. It was weird that Ian Cole had to be the one to come out and say it, but at least they rectified it right away. Canucks fans, let me do my mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll turn it over to all of you for your questions and comments about tonight's game or about the trade. And you guys are saying that Zadorov is going to wear number 91. Okay. I'm fine with that. And we will go from there. Shout out to my sponsors. My primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform Transform Personal Training Weight Loss. Check them out at ptforum.com. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the URL, tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. I was able to get the spreadsheet out, my ticket list out to a few people, but I'll do the rest of it this weekend. Those of you that have asked for it, I will send it out to you this weekend for sure. And then this is my last show of this week. But members, I will be doing our one-on-one Zoom chat with you Sunday night at, I think I'm going to do Sunday night at 9 o'clock. That's what we're going to do. Sunday night at 9 p.m. for members chat. Then we have a bit of a break. And then we do the live stream at 11. And I'll be setting up the one-on-ones for the next week as well. And that's for Legends and Hall of Fame members. Mid-show reminder to all of you to subscribe, to like the video, to leave a donation, to gift memberships, to buy your own membership, to upgrade your own membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Okay, friends, let's get to your questions and comments. What do we got so far? I do think, Sky, that the Canucks will still try and sign Ethan Bear. I'm just curious to see what side Zadorov plays. He played the right side in Calgary. He's a lefty, so we will see what happens. I do think Rick Dollywood said the Canucks are still in on Ethan Bear. What happens to Friedman after Susie returns to the lineup? I know you asked this on Game Over Vancouver already. Well, obviously Friedman doesn't play. That's an easy one. He's not a top six. Your top six, whatever order you have, is Hughes, Hronek, Susie, Myers, Cole, and Zadorov. So Friedman will not play, whether he's in the press box or whether he's sent back. I don't think he'd be sent down to Abbotsford. I think he's the guy that you keep up here as a healthy scratch. I think there's already enough drama with number 11 in this market. I may not be upgrading to legend, but I'm the legend myself. You are a legend, especially in your own mind. Hey, Harry, I'm great. I hope you are well as well. What do you expect from Zadorov? I expect some chaos, some huge hits, some mistakes, but overall, I think it's going to make every game not dull. That's for sure. Will there be a tribute video for Zadorov when he faces former team? I doubt it. He was only in Calgary for 2.5 seasons. I'm sure they'll do maybe a quick like thank you, Nikita, but I don't know if 2.5 years warrants a tribute video. I won't be able to watch the member stream. Is that because, Taylor, you're not a member right now? No, doesn't it show you as a member? I won't be able to watch the member stream, but it's showing you that you're a member, right? I don't get it. Zadorov can play both sides. Yes. Do we need a bigger forward? Guys like Garland get manned out. Yeah, he was a little bit unnoticeable today. I think they should definitely look to upgrade their forwards as well, but tough to do, right? Hey, Clay, are you having trouble with your diet from all that sweet cooking that Closet Alvin is providing? Very good, Erwin. There's a lot there. Closet Alvin. Yeah, he's cooking up some sweet deals for sure. Serving up some sweet deals. Love it. I love what he's doing. He's made hockey trades for Lafferty, for DeSmith, for Beauvillier going away, for of course for Hronek last year, for Zadorov now. I love it. I love it. Do I think a top 6 type player is the next trade coming? If so, who do you think is going to go? Oh gosh. Do you trade Garland to try and get a top 6? Do you trade Myers? No, yeah, I think you kind of need him on D. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough there to make it happen, Filmer. Especially in your own mind. You know, it's all love, Jaskrin. What do you think of the price the Canucks paid? I thought it was too low. Yeah, no. So Darren, I thought it was great for the Canucks. Yes, it was too low, and that's awesome. Do you think Canucks have had this Calgary deal in their back pocket for a few days? I wouldn't say that they had the final deal, but they definitely have had interest in Zadorov for the past month. So it's tough to say whether or not they had the deal signed, signed and delivered. All they had to do is actually execute the Bavili trade. But I certainly think the framework was there for sure. Good question. McKay, Pedersen, Kuzmenko line needs to be torn down. They've been awful. Yes, and we saw that getting torn down in today's game for sure. It would be awesome if Zadorov scores on Saturday. Yeah, imagine Zadorov and Hronek. I know, just bombing from the point. That would be pretty cool. The Zoom she means. Oh, you mean Taylor? Yeah, but it's only for Legend and Hall of Fame, anyways. I think Taylor is a franchise, right? Alvin Win. I think Taylor won't be able to watch the Legends and Hall of Fame streams. We'll see what Taylor says. Thank you, the Fangirl and Coach Rob, for trying to interpret for me. I don't know if Vancouver's flying to Calgary tomorrow, but apparently Zadorov will join the team tomorrow. Well, yeah, they must be flying to Calgary tomorrow because they have to play in Calgary on Saturday. It doesn't make sense for Zadorov to come here and then to go back there unless the Canucks are practicing here tomorrow. Then it's only an hour flight, so I guess not the end of the world. Okay, we'll see. I take that back. Maybe they are practicing here tomorrow. No, it's a day off. It said the Canucks PR account said they didn't say day off. They called it a travel day. So their Canucks are definitely going to go to Calgary tomorrow, and that's how Zadorov is going to join the team in Calgary. Take care, David. I'll be studying or sleep because I want to sleep early to get in the rhythm of getting good sleep, like at midnight time, not at 1. Might or might not attend any streams next week. All right, Taylor, do what you got to do. What's your thoughts on the 2 Russians playing on the top line? Yeah, nothing to do with the fact that they're Russian, but everything to do with the fact that it hasn't been effective. So I think it's time to break that unit up. A guy that played 2 years shouldn't get a tribute vid. I agree. Leafs wanted salary retention, but Flames also wanted a clear cap. There we go. Everyone is saying Conroy did horrible. No, he didn't do great. Is PD hurt? He says he's not, but I don't know how we could not get to that conclusion with the way he's playing. The Leafs had a good offer on the table. Apparently, they are missing 3 D-men in injury. Wonder Zadorov preferred Vancouver. Well, we know who his agent is, and we know that his agent has 4 other players here in Vancouver. Elton, I think the Canucks finished 3rd in the division. I don't see them. Well, you saw it today, but I don't think they're as good as Vegas and LA. But I don't think they'll get caught by the other teams. Play. What do you think about the Canucks squad? I'm a little worried about how badly we got outplayed. Carol, that was a very, very good team that we played against tonight. Any potential for Garland to crack the top 6? Yeah, if the Canucks stick with Miller with Besser and Kuzmenko, then that means and they went PD, Lafferty, Hoglander. That means you could still go Joshua, Garland, and Bluger, or you could try Garland, McKayev, and Bluger if you really want to blow things up. I don't know, Darren, if Connor's done enough to earn a top 6. You're talking about D. Yeah, they played. So I think Friedman stays in and Juleson comes out. So it will be some combination. I want to see if they play Zadorov on the left or the right, because you could play him on the left, and now you have 3 and 3. You have Hughes, Cole, and Zadorov on the left, Hronek, Myers, and Friedman on the right. If you play him on the right, then you have to have a righty playing on his offside on the left. That's going to be interesting to look at. So, Harry, I don't know. We won't know until the game day skate on Saturday morning. Hello, Trev. All Zadorov has to do is switch uniforms in the same buildings. Yeah, hopefully doesn't go to the wrong dressing room. Pretty sure Gold Star Russia effect on the team was a sweetener for Zadorov. Yes, the familiarity with Dan Musin's clients for sure. Zadorov apparently had Vancouver at the top of his list. I like that too. You like the Kuzmenko, Miller, and Brock line? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Do you think we add at the deadline? Yeah, Isaac, I think we are going to, especially if we're still in the top 3. LA just replicates Vegas. They are due for some regression. I hope so. And we saw them lose to Washington last night, which was good. I'm 90% sure we will play LA in the first round. Yeah, the 2-3 matchup, regardless of who finishes 2, who finishes 3, very likely. I'm happy Kuzmenko scored. Me too. Apparently, PD's agent met with Alvin in Colorado when the Canucks were there. Do you think it's just a check-in or a serious talk about contract? I don't know. I don't know. You'd hope it's a serious contract talk. Loved Hoggy playing with PD. Suter, no, the last update, Ricky, on Suter was about 4 or 5 days ago at the start of the week on Monday, where they said he suffered a setback. Do I think DeSmith starts on Saturday? Yeah, I could see it. And then you have Demko come back and face the Devils on Tuesday. I think PDG needs to replace with Hoglander someone else. He's not doing much. And we saw that today for sure. In an alternate universe, I imagine the Zadorov trade to be a secret heel turn. He comes out as a Flame, takes a chair to Markstrom, and then tears off the jersey, showing the Canucks underneath. I would love it. And then jump off the boards like an elbow drop, like Macho Man Randy Savage. Zadorov with Juleson with Team Punisher. Yeah, Juleson is fascinating to watch. I'm sure you guys saw it today. A couple big hits, especially along the bench area, and a couple really bad giveaways. Juleson's got to play a more simple game for sure. Does Calgary regress after this move? I don't. They're actually doing well, relatively speaking. They've been winning. I actually don't think they're going to regress. Loud booings, Terry. Yeah, probably, especially because he requested out. When a player gets traded, do they usually have the jersey and equipment ready? Yes, I'm sure Canucks equipment staff are getting the jerseys ready as we speak, or they have been doing so since the trade. And then they got to figure out sticks, gloves, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, much better than Trampkin. Trampkin's so overrated. For those of you CCC OGs know that I didn't like Nikita Trampkin at all. I thought he was overrated. Game is complete opposite of what I expected. Chippy, close game, but none of that happened. Yes, I know we talked. It wasn't a chippy, intense game, nor was it a high-scoring game. It was just kind of a bleh game because Vegas made us look like bleh. What's odd is no insiders saying Zadorov to Vancouver. No, at least Rick Dollywell linked Zadorov to Vancouver. He didn't say a trade was imminent, but he did link them for sure. And this regime has done a good job of keeping their moves tight-lipped. Will Quinn, Luke, and Jack take a brothers pick at the same time on Tuesday? Usually brothers are a pair or two, but this time, yes, I'm sure that is a photo op that the league will not want to miss. I hope Zadorov punches Kadri in the face. I'm with you, Kempner. Hey, Angus, nice to see you. Does Lafferty stay in the lineup after the energy show tonight? Yeah, even before tonight, I think he's been a nice surprise. I like slowed down a little bit since he got here, but he's got the fastest neutral zone speed on the team. Zadorov's got to pick and choose his penalties, I hope. Yeah, easier said than done, but I hear what you're saying for sure. Would you say the trade was a fair trade or a decent trade? I'd say it's both. I'd say it's a good trade, in fact. I'd put Zadorov with Myers or Susi, that huge pairing. Yes. Think we make any more moves? I do, Jack. I don't know if it's imminent, but I'm using that word a lot. Imminent for emo, but I do think the Canucks are not done. Are you concerned that the Oilers could gain enough momentum to challenge for top 3? Yep. Concerned? I don't know. The Canucks got to pick it up a little bit because both the Oilers and Calgary are starting to pick it up. I'm sure if Calgary had a riff with Zadorov, he can take out some Flames. We'll see. Besides us, which team is the biggest surprise for you this season? I think Detroit has been a pleasant surprise. They throttled Chicago tonight. Who else has been? I think Detroit's been a surprise. Yeah, they're 10th in the league. Yeah, if you're talking about expectations, I think Washington and Winnipeg have also been surprises as well. If you compare Alvin to one of the Hamilton characters, who would you compare him to? I'm thinking Hamilton or Burr. Yeah, Fangirl, that's a little too abstract for me. I think Joshua needs to be benched. He's been okay. He he had one glorious scoring chance today, but I think he's been okay. Kind of need his size. This year, I have a new mindset that I've used. Not going to get too emotional. It's a long season. I bet we beat Calgary and Vegas next time. Just how it goes. Yeah, Jack. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan for sure, but I think an even disposition is probably the best for your health. Oh, Isla, you got this. You said this even before I did. That's good. Imminent, describing Clay when he arrives soon. Yes, well, not that fast. But tonight was the first night I went to the arena from my parking without my scooter. So I walked the whole way. I feel good. I feel not sore, not tired, just slow. Zadorov could be better here playing pocket hockey. He could. Do you think it'll be a fast-paced and high-scoring game on Saturday? I do. I think it's going to be quite intense, actually. Steven, not going to comment on it. I took the high, not even the high road. It's not my moral high ground. Just it's sad. It's sad the way that rumors went. I'll just put it that way. And I'm not going to throw under other vloggers under the bus or whatever, or it's not even that. And this isn't me. I just think that, no, I better not say anything. It's a sad situation. Canucks PK is still bad. I hope Zadorov can fix it. Yeah, hopefully he can improve it. We need Baron Susie, Hughes Bear, Susie Hronek, Cole Zadorov. I don't know where Myers would fit. Who could come out if we sign Bear? Yeah, if we sign Bear, well, I just think you got to keep even Myers. If you can fit it, you keep all 7 of them around, because there's going to be bound to be injuries, especially when it gets to January, February, March, near the end of the season. Yes, I am surprised. I was talking to Brent, who brought me to the game, about this. It's crazy that we haven't beaten Vegas at home in regulation. They are that good, but we play them twice a year. So that must be 10 or 11 games now, right? Trampkin barely played equivalent of 1 year in the NHL. He's one of the best demon off a terrible team. If he did not flee Vancouver, you fans would fawning over him. Rather fawn over Wu. Well, speak for yourself, YouTuber. I've never fawned over Jet Wu. I would disagree with your take on Trampkin, though. But that's fine. That's fine. If you like him, that's cool. What I meant was, sure, we heard Vancouver was interested in Zadorov, and no indication deal was in place. Yes. Oftentimes we don't hear about a deal in place, especially with this regime. What did you eat at the game? Tonight I had carb sandwich. Awesome, Steven. No problem. And yeah, totally cool. You asking it, all good. All good. I just don't have anything to say about it. Throw PDG to Abby, call up Pokolzin. Maybe. I think Saturday would be a rough game, and by rough I mean intense. Flames are on a heater, no pun intended, and Canucks want to come out strong. I agree. You know we're in trouble when Joshua, Blueger, and Garland are the best line. That is true. Which active former Canuck do you come closer to having ill will towards them? Active former Canuck. Not a lot. Like Toffoli, no. Pearson, no. I wouldn't say I have ill will towards any, because I don't think any Canuck. Hamonic, no. I don't think there's any Canuck that really trashed the team on the way out. McCann, yeah, Gabranson. No, I that's a good question. I just don't have one. How would you do the defense pairs with Zadorov, and if we do sign Bear? I would go Hughes, Hronek. I want to try Cole and Susie, and then if Bear. No, I go Hughes, Bear, Susie, Hronek, Cole, Zadorov, and Myers would be my 7th. What's our biggest need? Top 4 D-man, but I think we need a top 6. I think we need another top 6 winger. I just think it's very hard to get. The 7 trades made since the season, Canucks have been involved in 3, plus another trade just a few days after the official start. Yes, Rutherford, Alvin is not afraid to make trades. Would you be shocked if Ethan Bear doesn't resign here? No, I wouldn't be shocked. People are just childish, even adults being petulant children with the rumors and even buying the BS of it. Yeah, but it was easy clicks, I think. That's all I'll say. Whoever started that rumor purely as a joke, it backfired. Do you live in Vancouver? I live in Richmond. Yes, so Greater Vancouver. I live in Richmond, Derek. Clay, I feel bad for you as you were more excited about this game of many games you've been to. Yeah, I was excited. I still enjoyed my company. I enjoyed seeing my family on the screen. And of course, I would love to see a Canucks win. But don't feel bad for me. Jasper, do not feel bad for me at all. I'm lucky that I can go to games as much as I do. But thank you. You're very, very thoughtful. What do you think the score will be for Canucks game? You almost predicted Canucks tonight's score. Yes, but I predicted 4-2 for the Canucks, Harry. So I'm going to keep saying 4-2 Canucks until it happens. If Juolevi worked out in Vancouver, what do you see his role being here in the lineup? Third pairing defenseman. I'm happy Bluger got a Stanley Cup ring. Very well deserved. Oh, did he get it? Was it today? Do you think it's time Pods or Ratu get a big chance or let them cook the minors? Ratu, I think, needs a bit more time. I'm fine seeing Pods up here. There you go, Angus. 4-2. Dale Weiss didn't trash the Canucks. He didn't have positive things to say when he left. Oh, I can't remember that. Just wondering, has anyone seen or heard from Andrew Chang? Yeah, I saw him in Seattle, of all places, on Saturday night. I saw him, and he's doing well. 24 games in. Has your standings prediction changed for the Canucks remain the same? Prior to the season, Ricky, I was saying wild card. So if anything, I've bumped them up from the start of the season. So I think they'll finish in third. Hughes and Bear were awesome together. Imagine how much better we will be when Suter, Susi, and Zadorov are playing. I agree. I agree with you, Trev. We need another right-hand D, or at least a good one. Yes. What elements are the Canucks missing compared to LA and Vegas? Size, Kenny. Just hard to play against. I wouldn't describe. Sometimes the Canucks are hard to play against when they're forechecking, but I don't think they're very tough to play against. Size. Third line, I can agree. I like to see Hronek work his shots more as the season goes by. Yeah, at least he's not afraid to shoot it, though. Imagine this trade was able to happen the same day as Bovenlander. Do you think Zadorov would have played tonight if the two trades were done in three-way? Yeah, if the trade was done on Tuesday and he practiced yesterday or today, yeah, I think he could have played tonight. I'm still hoping there's a chance for Brett Pesce on the trade deadline. Yeah, he's a good player. Thought Canucks could come out stronger because they want to go against Logan Thompson, who had 888. When he first goal went in right away, I thought we could take advantage of his play. But no. Pods over PDG. Teddy got his ring. Awesome. Canucks Instagram, he got his ring. Thank you. Should the Canucks sign Perry for the playoff run? If you can get him for cheap, I am about forgiveness. So if he's done his counseling and his substance abuse by then, I consider it. He's a good player. I think the 5-game homestand is the perfect time to show the Canucks aren't a fluke. I agree. Do you think Canucks had improved their defenseman by? Of course, Harry. This is a bona fide top 6 defenseman. Vegas is a nice ring. It'll look good in the Canucks design in the summer. I love it, Jack. I've actually held an LA Kings Stanley Cup ring. It is pretty sick. Which top prospects would be movable for a move to improve the team this year? Well, if you throw out Bovenlander or Lekaramaki, that will get you the most. I don't want to do any of that. So if you don't want to do that, I don't know if any of other prospects have value, to be honest with you. I lie, Isaac. I think Zadorov will finally play tough and drag his teammates to join the fight if they ever play like kids. Yes, or even just little men. We want them to be grown men. Any great players that Canucks can get from Ottawa for a first round? Never thought about that first rounder, but I don't think they're gonna part with any of their good players. Fillmore. That's a very intriguing question. I wouldn't want Perry because of the 3-year curse that's been going on with him. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know there's a 3-year curse. I got a Montreal ring. Awesome. I really think we should play Pods over PDG. Yeah, you're like the third person who said that. Phil Kessel, Canucks leadership, 4th line. I know some people would be all for that. If the Canucks win the Stanley Cup, will you be getting yourself a Canucks ring or your whole fan a Stanley Cup ring? What, you can buy Stanley Cup ring? No. What do you mean, Harry? Get my whole family a Stanley Cup ring? Can you buy replica rings? And if so, how much are they? And I won't be given one from the team because I'm not part of the team. So, Harry, what do you mean by that? Can you buy Stanley Cup rings? All right, friends, I'm going to wrap up the next 5 minutes. So you can pepper me with questions for 2 or 3 minutes more, either Canucks or ask me anything, whatever you want, the last 2 or 3 minutes. It started with Montreal and it's currently paused at Tampa Bay. What is? Stanley Cup rings? I'm so confused. We get ring pops. When do you think Ratu cracks the Canucks lineup? Not until at least next year, Fangirl. If the Canucks win the Cup, they will be a Canadian that doesn't have much Canadians. That's true. We talked about that last night. If the Canucks win the Cup, do I get your Hughes jersey? Yes, Jasper. If the Canucks get the Cup, that's what it's going to take for you to get my Hughes jersey. If the Canucks win the Cup, you can have my Quinn Hughes jersey. I think ring pops are the closest. Vegas Golden Knights, Jason Beverly Hills, Stanley Cup superfan, $10,000. Wow. The Corey Perry thing with not winning the Cup for him. Oh, I see what you're saying. Thank you. What would be your next Canucks road trip? It's funny you mentioned that. The same guy who organized the Seattle one, he's thinking about doing one in Vegas in March. So if you missed out on the Seattle trip, we could see these two teams play. Hopefully the Canucks play a little better, but we could be organizing a road trip to Vegas for the start of March. Stay tuned. Lekaramaki, Willander, and Brustevich look great. I don't want them traded. Rather flip the first. That's fair. I do think Pods will see him by the end of the season sometime. Is Mickey crate trained for when you go out, or does he just stay loose in the house? No, we let him go loose in the house. He doesn't really do much. He just sleeps wherever he is. But yeah, we don't close off any areas of the house to him. Sold on eBay. I see what you mean. The ring is on the Vegas team. Oh, okay. So you can buy a ring. Thanks, you guys. No, Harry, I don't think I'd buy my family a ring regardless. I want an Orca jersey with the C for Quinn, and then maybe a skate jersey for like PD if he resigns, and maybe a white for Kuzi. Ooh, those are some good options. Friends, I'm going to wrap up here. It is coming up on the 45-minute mark. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your loyalty, and thank you for hanging out with me on a Thursday night. On a night the Canucks lose 4-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights, but they acquire Nikita Zadorov from the Calgary Flames, and our next game is this Saturday against those Calgary Flames. So shout out to the moderators. Thank you for keeping this a safe space. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang for your support. Hall of Fame franchise members as well. Thank you. And to everyone for liking, subscribing, and watching tonight. And for Carol for gifting the 5 members. I appreciate that as well. And welcome to the CCC membership, those 5 new franchise members. How many times can you use new in a sentence? Apparently many, if you are me. So don't forget, my next show is not until Sunday night. I don't stream on Friday nights and Saturday nights. Legends and Hall of Fame members, I will send you the Zoom chat link for 9 o'clock on Sunday. Also, I'll send you sign up for next week for our one-on-ones as well. So that's for Legends and Hall of Fame members, as always. So thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Performance Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss, and for everyone else on your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a late donation, gift memberships, become a member, upgrade your membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Okay, friends, you guys are awesome. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Oh, I forgot to tell you, on Black Friday, I went on Amazon and I ordered both a chicken and an egg. I'll let you know. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.